Hello, everyone. My name is Wendy with Winds of Change Ministry, and today I'm going to discuss day one of creation. All right, so the first verse says, Then Elohim said, Let there be light, and there was light. All right, now, one thing that I love about the Bible is that God has put a lot of information in just a small little sentence. Okay, and what we're seeing here, let there be light, and there was light. That's the Big Bang Theory, isn't it? And yet, what has taken mankind thousands and thousands of years and lots and the libraries of books to discover, learning all the math and science. Uh, God, God fit that whole concept, the Big Bang Theory, into a very small sentence. Let there be light, and there was light. All right. So that's one of the things I love about the Bible is he packs a lot of information into a very condensed verse or passage. And in fact, a let there be light has it's there's so many surface levels, multidimensional levels, if you will, when you read the Bible. All right? And so let there be light is also talking about a person's personal enlightenment. All right? And we'll get into that a little bit more in a second. So, and Elohim saw the light that it was good. And Elohim divided the light from the darkness. Now remember, I was talking about our personal enlightenment, right? And that has something to do with our brain. Hello? Okay, our enlightenment. Do you ever see that little light bulb go out off for cartoons? All right, this isn't a new concept. But I'm applying it to the Bible. And so God divided the light from the darkness. So our brain has two hemispheres, right? It has two hemispheres. And God teaches through compare and contrast. And so one part of our brain is identified as light and the other part is identified as darkness. And it takes a well balanced brain, okay, to be successful. All right. So one half of your brain is creative, the other half is logic. And when you are able to use both sides of your brain, then, wonderful things happen. All right. So, anyway, and Elohim called the light Yum, day, and the darkness he called Lila, night. All right. So, day means it has actually several meanings. It's not just a 24-hour period of time, it is a span of time. It can even be thought of as a step, like first God did this, then he did that, then he did this. You see what I'm saying? It's a step, step by step. We're talking about creation. It didn't necessarily happen in a 24-hour period of time, but it was one step, then another step, then another step. All right? So, anyway, that is what a day is. And night, when you look at the root word, the etymology of the word night, it is linked to a spirally staircase. Okay? And for those of us who are on the ascension journey, you know a little bit about that spirally staircase, don't you? I don't want to go too deep into that for this particular video, but for those of you who know, you know. All right? It's right here in Genesis. Thus, the evening and the morning were the first day. All right. Now, this is interesting because a lot of people think that the day begins in the morning. But that's not true. The day begins at the evening. See, evening means it means balance. Something is even. Okay? And so it's like at the horizontal, the horizon. So as the sun is right there at the horizon, and actually you don't even see it anymore. Okay, so it's right there where there's no more sun. That is actually the beginning of the new day. There is no sun. See, because the day was created. First there was darkness, right? The Spirit of God moved upon the waters, the dark waters, and then there was light. So the day always begins without any light from the sun. Okay, we're anyway, a new day is in the twilight zone of of a 24-hour period of time. Okay, and the day begins and it goes through the night, and then we're now at sunrise, so we're at a new evening, excuse me, a new horizon, right? We're at a new evening of the time, of the sun balance. Okay, it's even, it's horizontal, it's the horizon. So now we are entering a new phase of the 20 the of the day, where there is light. Okay, so now there is light. First there is darkness, then there is light. Okay, because this is the retelling of creation. All right, first there is darkness, and then there is light. All right, it's part of that dark, spirally staircase that we have to all go through on our ascension journey. Now, I know that there are a lot of people who do not, in the spiritual community, who do not like the word morning. Okay, they don't like that word because they connect it with death. All right, and so they just call it the rising. Well, in the Bible, the root word, the etymology of the word morning, according to Hebrew, and that's where the scriptures come from. Okay, from Hebrew, the Old Testament scriptures. The etymology of that word, morning, it's Beit Resh Kuf, I believe. Anyway, it means to reflect, to consider. All right? Now, some of us do our best thinking in the dark, right? When we can reflect and consider. And I know there are some who like to have this quiet time. They like, when they're sunbathing or whatever, or sun gazing. But the thing is, you're going internal, all right? You're going into the dark recesses of your mind to reflect and to consider. So now, when we actually really examine something, right? We really think about something. A lot of times it will change us, okay? And that change is a death of the old and an integration of the new. And so mourning is very applicable to this idea, to let go of the old, to let the old version of ourselves die. Before we took the time to reflect on our journey up that dark staircase, okay? And then, so now we have come to a conclusion about something, and we have become a higher version of ourself. Okay? That old version has died, and we are now a higher version. And so the idea of good morning is actually okay with me, because I understand the concept of going up that dark staircase. All right? It is a rising. It is a rising up that staircase, but it is a dark staircase, and leading to enlightenment. And And it is the death of the old. And to go up that dark staircase is a good thing. You know, every day we are given an opportunity to become new. Okay? Uh, you can, for instance, you can reprogram your subconscious while you sleep if you wish to. You know, that's why it's very, you have to be careful what you listen to while you sleep. You can actually torture yourself and cause unnecessary stress and anxiety just because of what you choose to listen while you sleep. Okay? So listen to good things, get some good rest, let your brain figure out the Rubik's Cube puzzles, that challenges of your day, and then wake up the next morning a new person. And it is a good morning because you're letting go of the old. All right? So, my name is Wendy, and we're all living in the winds of change.